chapter 34. We now look at the consequences. Now, grace can be upon our lives because we are children of God. But if we make the wrong decisions, we make the wrong choices, we go to the wrong places, there will still be consequences. Whatever you sow, you will reap. And so, let's look at their situation in Shechem. Now Dinah, verse 1, chapter 34. Dinah, the daughter of Leah. If you go and study the books, history books and so on, scholars and all this estimated her age to be between 13 to 15 years old. She's just a teenager, 13 to 15 years old, whom she had born to Jacob. Dinah was the only girl in a family of 11 boys at this moment. And she must be quite lonely. And she must be quite neglected. Nobody to play with, nobody to spend time with her. So she went and wandered off. Went out to see the daughters of the land. The daughters of the land. So these daughters of the land, who are they? Who are they? Yeah? The Canaanites and so on. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and violated her. You can call it rape, you can call it whatever, but in their culture, it's if you are not, if you are violated and you are not a virgin and so on, it is going to be a shame to the family, and how to marry her off later and so on. But it is an embarrassment, and more so, she's been violated by someone outside the family, outside the tribe, and so that is very sad. But if he had not brought the family to Shechem, this would not have happened. Shechem is a carnal and evil place. His soul was strongly attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the young woman and spoke kindly to the young woman. A lover is patient. Love is kind. Right? Love is long suffering and so on. Love gives. What takes? Last takes. Yeah. Love waits, but last won't. I mentioned this to you, I think, a couple of lessons back. So what I read here is not love. It is lust. And for all you know, the next girl that walks around in the village, this young man will probably go after her. But for now, it is recorded that his soul was strongly attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the young woman and spoke kindly to the young woman. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, get me this young woman as a wife. Now, I want to ask, at this point, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Her fault. No, why did she stay at home? Why did she go and wander around? Anyhow go and mix with people and so on. Or is it Jacob's fault? Yeah. At the end of the day, fathers, we are the head of the household. We are responsible. We are the pastors of our own congregation, and we direct them. Yeah. So let's be very, very careful in this responsibility of ours. So yes, she wandered off, but young innocent girl, what would she know? It is Jacob's responsibility. It is his fault. And in verse 4, this Shechem told his father, get me this young woman as a wife. Now, those days they don't have such thing as elopement. Yeah, just you come with me and then we fly off to Caribbean island and get married. It is a family thing. Family got to arrange the thing, because marriage involves two communities, two families coming together, so they have to arrange the thing. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. Now, this Jacob is not the old Jacob. I'm sure the old Jacob would have reacted differently. But now, he heard the thing, he held his peace. As you read on the rest of this chapter, who took the revenge? The son. At the end of which, Jacob actually sort of told his son, "Hey, you embarrassed me, I did." It's all he was concerned about himself. Okay, but let's read this first. Verse 6, Then Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved and very angry, because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter. The brothers felt that this is not right. They knew it wasn't right. It is very disgraceful. A thing which ought not to be done. Now, likewise for us, we are a church. We are the ecclesias. We are the call out ones. As we read just now, 2 Corinthians 6:14 and so on, what has believers got to do with unbelievers? Do not be unequally yoked. Okay? So as parents, pray that your children, God will keep a God-fearing husband for your daughter, a God-fearing wife for your son. Pray. And make sure you bring them in the right environment, bring them up in the right environment, bring them to the right places, so that they will grow in the fear of the Lord and under God's covering. Okay? It will really break your heart. It will really break your heart when mistakes like this should happen, incidents like this should happen in your family. How will you take it? After raising your child for 20 over years, and then you see this happening. Very sad. Okay? So, we are the separated ones. So let's remain separated. Now, I'm not suggesting that we are so separated that we have no link with the pre-believers. No. We will continue to go and evangelize to them. We will continue to reach out to them, draw them into the kingdom. But we should not be sucked into their world. You follow me? Okay? So, but Hamor, verse 8, spoke with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him as a wife, and make marriages with us. Now, he doesn't even want one, no, he wants more. And make marriages with us. Give your daughters to us, and take our daughters to yourselves. Jacob said, I only got one. Okay. No, maybe his maid servants got others, I don't know. So you shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade in it, and acquire possessions for yourself in it. Wow, sounds good, eh? Sounds good. Yeah? Okay, I know. We can have our daughters, we can have your whatever, then you give me land and do trading. But he will still be in Shechem. Wrong place. And acquire possessions for yourself in it. Verse 11. Then Shechem said to her father and her brothers, Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me, I will give. So this is the future son-in-law, future brother-in-law talking to them and say, whatever you ask, I will give. Ask me whatever. Ask me ever so much dowry and give. I thought dowry only India. No, they have. Dowry and give, and I will give according to what you say to me, but give me the young woman as a wife. Now, some people, when they receive all this kind of requests, their hearts soft, they melt. Okay lah, persuasion. But right is right, wrong is wrong. Yeah, do not be persuaded by nice conceived words. But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor the father and spoke deceitfully, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And where do you think these sons learn their deceitfulness from? The father. It runs in the family. Yeah, like father, like son. And they said to them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised. Yeah, for that would be a reproach to us. And of course, this sounds logical to the Shechem and the Hamor and the father. Yeah, because the Jews, they circumcise their newborns on the 8th day. But on this condition, we will consent to you if you will become as we are. Counter offer. Okay? If every male of you is circumcised, then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. Do you think they mean it? No. Yeah, deceitfulness. But if you will not heed us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and be gone. I tell you, love is blind, right? So this Shechem said, no, don't go, And their words pleased Hamor, the father, and Shechem, Hamor's son. So the young man did not delay to do the thing. Wow, quickly, quite, because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. He was more honorable than all the household of his father. So he felt, since I made this mistake, I better honor this. Yeah, since I defiled her, I better marry her. And Hamor and Shechem his son came to the gate of their city and spoke with the men of their city. Again, for those of us who were in Israel, for those who were not, they always have their meetings and conference, whatever, where? At the gate. At the gate of the city. Saying, these men are at peace with us. Therefore, let them dwell in the land and trade in it. For indeed the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us as wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will the men consent to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us is circumcised, as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock, their property, and every animal of theirs be ours? Did he say this to Jacob? Never. So actually he's eyeing more than just the daughters, whatever. He want their assets, want their properties, want their herd. Greed. This is greed. So that's why what has believers to do with unbelievers? Both have got different moral standards. Both have got different bases on which they are guided by life. So what have they got in common? Nothing. Only let us consent to them, and they will dwell with us. And all who went out of the gate of his city heeded Hamor and Shechem his son. So all those who took part in the conference, every male was circumcised, and all who went out of the gate of his city. Now, they don't believe in staggered circumcision. All together, one shot. All suffer. Now it came to pass, verse 25, on the 3rd day, when they were in pain, that 2 of his sons of Jacob, of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword and came boldly upon the city and killed all the males. Because they were in pain, they cannot resist nor fight back, so they were sitting ducks. And they killed Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah from Shechem's house and went out. So, how come Dinah is there? How come Dinah? So that's why some Bible scholars say it is not rape, it is just seduction. And violated her, and then had her, persuaded her, it's okay, you stay, I'm going to marry you anyway, why don't you stay? Wrong is wrong. Jacob should not have allowed it. Dinah should not have been there. But she was there. And so they killed all the males and then rescued Dinah. Verse 27. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and plundered the city, because their sister had been defiled. Now, plundering is quite normal. When they overtake the city, they will take all the belongings and so on. They took their sheep, their oxen. So instead of Shechem and Hamor wanting to take, now they lose everything. They took their sheep, their oxen and their donkeys, what was in the city and what was in the field, and all their wealth. All their little ones and their wives they took captive. For what? Slaves. To do work. And they plundered even all that was in the houses. So in Shechem, not tent, Shechem, a lot of houses. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, you have troubled me by making me obnoxious, sting, among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. It seems like, according to what you read, Jacob didn't know of Simeon and Levi's plot. So if Simeon and Levi didn't do this, didn't kill all the males, that means what? Jacob was prepared to remain in the land, do a trade-off in marriage, dwell in the land and enjoy all the wealth and possessions. Seems like Jacob was only interested in himself. Hey, I'm okay, you are okay. But let's try and get this resolved. And then he was so surprised. How come you go and kill them? You want to go and kill them? You didn't tell me. You have troubled me by making me obnoxious among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. So he's worried. There are other people around here. If they hear of this, they will come after me. For I am few in number. We only got these few people. You, 11 sons and daughter and some maid and children and so on. How are we going to fight all these people? And they will gather themselves together against me and kill me, and I shall be destroyed, my household and I. If you have a pen, you underline or pencil. You have, verse 30, you have troubled me and making me obnoxious. And since I am few in number, they will gather themselves together against me and kill me, and I shall be destroyed, my household and I. I think it would read nicer and better if he say us, us. But he was only interested in himself. So Jacob, though now a believer, but still not fully matured yet. Still a little bit of the flesh and still concerned about himself. But don't worry, God is a God of many chances. You will learn as you go. So, but they said, should they treat our sister like a harlot? So actually I respect the brothers more. They defend the sister. Should they treat? So my question is, if Simeon and Levi did not do this, then what are we going to do? We're going to stay here permanently, take up PR and then later citizenship. Right? Should he treat our sister like a harlot? But before we close this chapter, one thing to learn. Don't go to the wrong place. Don't make the wrong choices. Because if you do, there are consequences. In this case, his daughter was raped. Secondly, his sons became murderers. And Levi, but this is before the law lah. Later on, during the law, the Levi become the holy people. Okay, but for now, kill first. Okay. So, parents, don't let your kids go to the wrong places, mix with the wrong people, and learn the wrong thing. You must bring them to the right environment, bring them up in the right environment. Otherwise, there could be consequences. And that's chapter 34.